Most holiday disasters involve burned turkeys or family arguments over politics. Mine began with a Christmas card, delivered 3 days before Christmas, addressed to my husband Richard from someone named Karen. The envelope was festive, decorated with silver snowflakes, but its contents would shatter my world into 1,000 glittering pieces. I almost added it to the pile of cards displayed on our mantel without opening it. After 23 years of marriage, I'd never questioned my right to open mail addressed to my husband. We shared everything: bank accounts, passwords, even our morning coffee ritual. The card caught my attention only because of its return address, a town just 30 minutes away, not someone sending holiday wishes from across the country. The photo inside showed a teenage girl in a graduation cap and gown, her smile achingly familiar. She had Richard's eyes, his dimpled smile, even the way he tilted his head slightly in photos. The handwritten note inside read, "Daddy, I'm so proud to share my early graduation news with you. Can't wait to see you at Christmas dinner as planned. Love always, Emma. P.S. Mom says don't forget the cherry pie." My hands trembled as I read the words again and again. Daddy. Christmas dinner as planned. Mom. The implications crashed through my mind like waves, each one bringing new questions, new horrors. The girl looked about 17, her features a perfect blend of Richard and this unknown Karen. 17 years of lies, of business trips and late meetings. 17 years of a second life just 30 minutes away. The Christmas tree lights blinked mockingly as I sank into my favorite armchair, still clutching the card. Our own holiday decorations suddenly seemed like props in a play. The stockings I'd lovingly hung, including one for our golden retriever Max, the ancient angel topper Richard's grandmother had given us. The collection of ornaments marking our years together. Each item now felt tainted, every memory called into question. I spent the next hour going through Richard's home office, something I'd never felt the need to do before. His desk calendar showed regular Thursday client meetings in New Haven, the town from the return address. Credit card statements revealed patterns of restaurant charges and gift purchases I'd never questioned. A hidden folder in his desk drawer contained school photos of Emma through the years, each one a testament to his secret fatherhood. The sound of Richard's car pulling into our driveway sent me into a panic. I quickly replaced everything, taking only the Christmas card as evidence. My hands shook as I heard him enter through the garage, calling out his usual greeting. The smell of Chinese takeout, our traditional pre-holiday dinner, filled the house as he walked into the living room. For a moment, I studied him, this man I thought I knew completely. His silver-streaked hair still damp from the light snow falling outside, his reading glasses perched on his head, the slight loosening of his tie that marked the end of a workday. How many times had he made this same entrance after spending time with his other family? How many lies had crossed those lips that still smiled at me with such apparent love? I didn't plan what happened next. The card flew from my hands, hitting his chest before falling to the floor. The takeout bags dropped from his grasp as he saw what it was. Orange sauce seeping into our cream carpet like blood. His face drained of color as he realized what I'd discovered. The carefully constructed walls between his two lives had finally crumbled, brought down by a simple Christmas card. The next few hours passed in a blur of accusations and confessions. Karen had been a college girlfriend who contacted him 18 years ago with news of her pregnancy. Instead of telling me, instead of choosing one life or the other, he'd tried to maintain both. The Thursday meetings, the occasional weekend conferences, the late-night phone calls he'd take in his office, all carefully orchestrated opportunities to be a father to Emma while keeping his marriage to me intact. Our Christmas decorations watched silently as 2 decades of trust unraveled. Each revelation felt like another ornament shattering. The fertility struggles we'd faced early in our marriage taking on a cruel new meaning, the years of trying to conceive while he had a child growing up just minutes away, the countless holidays he'd rushed through with me to make it to his other celebration. Even our wedding anniversary fell on Emma's birthday, a coincidence that now felt like a cosmic joke. The days before Christmas passed in a haze of lawyers' meetings and painful phone calls to family members. I canceled our holiday plans, unable to face celebrating while my life crumbled. Richard moved to a hotel, leaving behind his stocking and 2 decades of Christmas memories. The presents under our tree remained unwrapped, silent witnesses to the death of our marriage. Through social media, I learned more about Emma, a gifted student graduating high school early, headed to Yale in January. Her posts showed a happy childhood documented in photos, birthday parties, dance recitals, father-daughter moments that Richard had stolen from our life together. Each discovery was like unwrapping a gift of pain, revealing new layers of deception. The cherry pie mentioned in the card haunted me. Such a small detail, but it spoke volumes about their family traditions, about the role Richard played in their lives. Had he baked pies with Emma while I waited at home, believing he was stuck in client meetings? How many other domestic moments had he shared with them while maintaining his image as my workaholic but loving husband? Christmas Day arrived with an unexpected snowfall, blanketing our neighborhood in white. Through our living room window, I watched children trying out new sleds, families walking together to holiday gatherings. Our own home felt like a mausoleum, the cheerful decorations now painful reminders of the life I thought I had. Max lay at my feet, confused by the absence of his beloved master, unaware that Richard would never again fill his stocking with carefully chosen dog treats. The days after Christmas brought more revelations. Karen finally reached out via email, apologizing for the card that had exposed their secret. She claimed she'd always felt guilty about Richard's double life, but had accepted it for Emma's sake. Her words rang hollow. She'd been willing to share my husband, to help him deceive me, all while building her own family narrative with him. New Year's Eve found me taking down our Christmas decorations weeks early, each item carrying memories that now felt poisoned. The angel topper that had graced every tree since our wedding went into a donation box. Our first Christmas ornament from our honeymoon joined it. I couldn't bear to keep these symbols of a marriage that had been built on lies. Winter turned to spring, and divorce proceedings dragged on. Richard tried to explain, to justify his choices, but his words meant nothing. He'd had 17 years to make a different choice. 17 years to show me respect by telling the truth. Instead, he'd chosen to live a double life, playing husband and father in two separate households, treating both families as supporting characters in his elaborate deception. Emma sent me a letter in March, trying to make sense of her own role in this drama. She hadn't known about me, had grown up believing her parents were simply divorced but friendly. Learning about her father's secret life had shattered her world too. Her words carried the weight of innocent collateral damage. Another victim of Richard's choices. Sometimes I drive through New Haven, past the address from the Christmas card. The house is lovely, a colonial with blue shutters and a wraparound porch. I imagine Richard there during all those missed holidays and late nights, helping with homework at the kitchen table, watching movies in their family room, being the father he couldn't be in our childless home. The life he built there feels like a parallel universe, one where he chose a different path at every turn. The Christmas card sits in my lawyer's files now. Evidence of the moment truth finally broke through years of lies. Its cheerful holiday designs and loving message represent both innocence and deception, Emma's genuine love for her father, and Richard's betrayal of everyone who trusted him. Sometimes I wonder if she kept making him cherry pies after learning about his deception, if their holiday traditions survived the explosion of truth. A year has passed since that fateful December day. The divorce is final, our home sold, the lives we built together divided into neat legal categories of assets and liabilities. But you can't quantify lost trust or divide broken dreams. You can't calculate the cost of discovering that your entire marriage was lived in the shadow of another family. This Christmas, I've decided to travel, to create new traditions untainted by memories of Richard. The ghost of that Christmas card no longer haunts me, though I'll never again see holiday mail the same way. Sometimes truth arrives in unexpected packages, wrapped in festive paper but containing revelations that change everything. My gift to myself this year is the freedom to start over, to believe in love again, even if I'll never trust quite so completely. The calendar still shows Thursday client meetings in New Haven, but now they're my own genuine appointments. My real estate business growing in the wake of my broken marriage. Life has a way of coming full circle. The town that held Richard's secret family now represents my own fresh start. Sometimes I wonder if Emma ever visits the coffee shop where I meet clients, if we've passed each other unknowing, connected by a man who failed us both. They say the holidays are about family, about cherishing the ones we love. My story began with a misdelivered expression of that love, a Christmas card that exposed how fragile family ties can be when built on deception. But it also showed me the strength that comes from facing truth, from rebuilding after everything you believed in, shatters like a fallen ornament. Sometimes the greatest gift is the freedom that comes with finally knowing the truth, even when it arrives in a snowflake-covered envelope 3 days before Christmas.